Hi friends, welcome to MomCom. Hope you all had a great weekend. In this video, we are going to tell you about baby vaccination. We thought that it's an extremely important topic and we got so many comments from all of you about doing a video on this. So we thought that quickly, let's just get this information to our family. Let's get started.
To watch all the videos on this channel, click on the subscribe button and hit the bell icon to get regular updates from Momcom India. Let's become a big fat family soon.
Let's start from step 1. So before we got discharged from the hospital when Kabir was born, we were given a baby record book. What this book has is on the right side, it has a page printed with all the mandatory vaccinations that have to be done. It tells us what vaccine has to be done, what age it needs to be done on, when is it due and when is it given on. So it's a table basically with these 4 information. Every time we visit our doctor for a vaccination, we discuss that when the next vaccination is due, the doctor puts a date on it, and similarly the doctor puts a stamp on the current vaccination is done or not. So that way we are able to maintain a record of everything happening on time. On the left side is a list of all the optional vaccinations. Now typically what happens is that due to cost or due to not seeing the baby go through pain, a lot of parents skip the optional vaccinations. But if we were to tell you our experience, we've not done that till date, because what we've learned over time is that today's environment is very different from how it used to be earlier. There are so many changes happening, there are so many new viruses coming, there are so many diseases coming that people had never even heard of. So it is very important to keep up with the pace when it comes to the health of your child. The saving that you will do today by skipping these optional vaccinations may just come back to hurt you tomorrow when your child has that health problem and you feel that why did I not get a vaccination done at that time. So just to avoid that entire guilt and everything, I think in our advice, you should always go ahead with the optional vaccination, because if they put it there, there has to be a reason behind it. But again, it's absolutely your call. You have to look at your finances, you have to look at your situation and go about it. I just wanted to let you know that this is what we've done. We've done both till date. So this is a record book that I wanted to show you. If you do not have this, first thing is that go back to your doctor and ask them to give you a printout so that if not them, you can start maintaining a record. Because one thing that I've learned and one thing that's very important is that the vaccinations cannot be delayed. Our doctor tells us that the typical time period between 2 vaccinations minimum has to be 28 days. You can't, so if your vaccination is due on the 1st of April, you cannot come and get it done on the 31st of March. You can always do it within a gap of 5 to 6 days after that. That's absolutely fine, but you cannot prepone it. So it's very important to be absolutely in sync with the dates. Hence, it's important to maintain a record book. This is the first thing you need to know about vaccinations. The second thing that I wanted to talk about is painless versus painful vaccinations. This is a new concept, that's been going on for the last couple of years, where there is a myth that painless vaccination has better results in terms of the child not getting fever, the child not feeling the pain, the child, the overall impact to the child after the vaccine is less compared to the painful one. But that is a myth, that's actually not proven by science, and the doctors, they themselves do not really recommend something like that. So I'll tell you the difference that I got explained in terms of these 2 vaccinations. The first clear difference between painless and painful vaccination is cost. Okay, so if one is say for rupees 10, the other can go up to as high as rupees 100, and that's the major difference, or 1,000 also at times depending on the vaccination. But that is the kind of variance between the 2, because of which a lot of parents go ahead and opt for the painful one instead of the painless one. So that's one big thing, and obviously that's understood. It's my pocket, it's my finances. I absolutely need to see how I need to go about it. The second big difference, guys, and this is the important one, is the number of injections that the child takes in case of painless versus painful. So our doctor very nicely explained that what happens is that if in a vaccination your child has to be vaccinated for say 3 diseases or 3 problems. So in painful, it could be 3 different injections being given to your child. So 3 different vaccinations being done to your child. That means the child will be injected 3 times. While in painless, what they have done is that now science is advanced and they have come up with one combination of all of those 3 vaccines. So what that means is that your child will just be injected once. So that clearly was a selling point for us when it came to painless versus painful. That having your baby injected thrice versus once, we would definitely go with one, and obviously we were able to look at the financial side also. So we have always till date gone ahead with the painless vaccination, and these are the 2 big differences that you need to know about. If you don't know about this yet, go to your doctor and discuss this the next time you visit them. So these are the 2 big ones. Now let's talk about what happens after a baby gets vaccinated. A lot of babies get fever. A lot of babies get swelling in the area where the vaccine has been injected. A lot of babies are irritable because they have pain, or they are just not, the body is feeling tired. It happens, right? If we get any injection done, the body starts to feel a bit different. And it's very difficult for the baby to explain. They may not have fever, but they just might be feeling different and irritable and cranky. So basically their behavior over the next 1 or 2 days, and it's not necessary that it will happen only on the day when the vaccine is done. It can actually go up to 2 days, because doctor says that typically the effect stays for about 48 hours. So that's the time frame when you need to actually be very careful in terms of taking care of the baby. So all of this happens, and like I said, there is no evidence that suggests that a painless will not have this at all versus a painful will have this. It can happen to your baby, and it completely depends from baby to baby. It has nothing to do with painless versus painful. Okay. Now let's talk about what as a parent can you do. So first thing is that you cannot do much. Vaccination is absolutely a natural process. It is about building your child's immunity against those diseases. You have to get it done. You cannot compromise on that. What you can do is a couple of things. Number one, our doctor suggests that if the child has fever over 100, or your child is irritable or cranky, just give them a few drops of baby crocin. So this is the crocin drops that come especially for babies. It's not the normal crocin. So give them a few drops of baby crocin, and you can repeat that after 6 hours if you still feel the child is feeling the same. Luckily in our case, we just give it to Kabir on the day the vaccine is done, because that is the day when he's a little irritable, but we don't have to repeat the dose. How much quantity has to be given depends on your child's age. So when you go for your vaccination sitting, you can ask your doctor that whether the child has to be given 0.5 ml or whether the child has to be given 1 ml, because that's age dependent. So this is your best friend when it comes to the child's irritability, crankiness, fever. This is going to take care of all of that. That's number one. Number two is that if the child is having swelling in that area, what do you do? Very simple. Take ice, put it in a in a cloth, in a thick cloth, so that the ice directly does not touch the child's skin, because the skin is very sensitive, and do a cold press in that area. So that's going to help a lot, and that's going to reduce the swelling. Third is that try not to touch the area or massage the area for at least 3-4 days. Try to just keep that area away. Keep it covered. Don't let it exposed to air. So that's also something that you could do. And fourth, I would just suggest is just engage the child. You know that the child has gone through something that's painful, is not feeling well. Just try to engage the child. So these are 4 simple things that you can do at home. Apart from this, there is absolutely nothing that you can do and you should do. Do not give any other medication and all, because it's just not needed by the body. So that's the simple things that we wanted to talk about. Hope you found this simple video to be very helpful. We love talking to you, and hence we have gone ahead and opened a lot of social media accounts. We are on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. So we would love for you to follow us there. The links to our IDs are in the description box below. So connect with us, because the interaction there becomes quite easier. Instead of instead of getting back to you on comments, which we try to do within a day, the reply on these sites becomes faster. So we would love to connect with you there. Keep watching Momcom, keep liking our videos, sharing it with the world, commenting on what more videos do you want, how did you like this one, and keep talking to us. Thank you so much for watching Momcom. We'll see you soon.